You're watching Bet Rivers Pro Football Weekly on the Bet Rivers Network.
Welcome, everybody, to the latest edition of Bet Rivers Pro Football Weekly, along with two-time Super Bowl champion, longtime NFL player, wide receiver Brandon Stokley. I'm Adam the Bull, and it's down to the final 8, Brandon. What's it like? This time of year, we talked about it last week, but 6 of these 8 teams have already played a playoff game. The other 2 had the bye. What's that like this week, knowing that these teams and these players, what's going through their heads as they're 1 win away from getting to the championship of their conferences?
It doesn't get any better than this, Bull. I mean, this is what you work for. All off season, all training camp, all regular season. And here we are. You know, you got 1 game away to being into the AFC championship game or the NFC championship game. This is it, man. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. So, and this thing is wide open. This is what I love about the NFL this year. This thing is wide open. There's no huge favorite. So anyone could go on a run right now. If you get hot right now, you could win a Super Bowl in a few weeks.
There's not a single team amongst this 8 that you could say has no chance. I mean, I would say, in my opinion, the Niners are probably the biggest long shot just because of all the injuries they've had. But that is a well-coached team with, you know, I wouldn't count them completely out, but you're right. I mean, there is no I guess I'll say Buffalo only because of Josh Allen, but I don't love that team, Brandon. I love him, but I don't love his team.
No, you're spot on. I don't love their team either. You know, they don't have the outside weapons that they used to have. You know, they're not the Bills of 3 years ago, but that doesn't mean they can't go on a run right now. You know, their rush defense stinks, but they run the ball great. And then they have Josh Allen. So, but they aren't the Bills of what they were, but they don't have to go through the Ravens or the Chiefs this year. So, you know, buckle up, man. It's going to be fun. I can't wait.
Yeah. And before we get into this week's games, and we'll look at all 4, obviously last week the playoffs were great, all outside of the Monday Nighter, which ended up, you know, the Texans kind of pulled away from an ugly game late. Rest of the games all real close. A lot of games decided in the final couple of minutes. It's funny, last week I said, well, the only team that's got no shot is Carolina, and even they played great. I mean, they gave the Rams everything they could handle. So go ahead.
Well, they would have won that game if Puka didn't, you know, knock that ball out of that defender's hands.
Oh, yeah.
Carolina was going to win that game. So unbelievable play by Puka. Yeah. And the Rams made some plays down the stretch, but I give a lot of credit to the Panthers for battling. You know, I mean, they did. Nobody gave them any chance to win that football game. I didn't think they had a chance, and they battled, man, and they were a couple plays away from winning that football game.
I thought that last touchdown pass Bryce Young threw right before the Rams came back was an amazing throw to Coker, I believe, in the end zone. It was great. So now we're here, the final 8 teams. By the way, 7 of the 8 quarterbacks in this weekend were drafted in the top 12 picks. And then, of course, you have Brock Purdy, who was Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick in the draft. But it tells you most of the good quarterbacks were drafted high. You know, there's a few like Purdy who are good, but that's a rarity to have a good quarterback not drafted high.
Yeah, no, it really is. You got to find the guy. It's hard. It's hard to evaluate these quarterbacks. Yeah. I think it's more difficult than ever to find coming out of college. All these guys are transferring, and how will their game translate to the NFL? It's so hard for these GMs nowadays to find the guy. That's why these guys are getting paid $50 million, probably minimum now. It's only going to go up if you're a serviceable, good quarterback. So it's craziness right now. But you know, you're spot on. It's hard to find them.
All right, let's get to the games. Let's do them in order of when they're going to be played. The first game on the docket, at least on paper, might be the best game of the bunch. 4:30 on Saturday, the Bills and the Broncos. We talked a little about Josh Allen already. The Broncos, the top seed. They were 8-1 at home this year. They had the bye. We know what they're facing in Josh Allen, but a magnificent season by your Broncos, Brandon. They are favored by 1.5. I mean, this is really a toss-up, but you like the Broncos.
It's a coin flip game, Bull. Yeah. You know, and I know nationally a lot of people don't believe in the Broncos. They had a week off. I believe in the Broncos. I really do. Sean Payton's done an unbelievable job the last 3 years. Bo Nix, he's been unbelievable the last 2 years. It hadn't looked pretty. It's not like sexy, but they find ways to win football games. They're tough and they're a resilient group. And at home, it's going to be rocking. I don't know. I don't. Something's not right with the Bills. I still don't believe in the Bills, even though they have Josh Allen. I don't believe in their defense. So I'm going to take the Broncos in this one. Give me the Denver Broncos minus the points, and I think the Broncos are going to advance to the AFC Championship game.
I said the Broncos were a 1.5-point favorite. It's actually down to just a 0.5 point as we speak right now.
It's moved all over the place. It started with the Bills being the favorite, went to the Broncos. So it's pretty, like you said, it's pretty much a coin flip game. I'm taking the Broncos.
Yeah, I'm going to go heads up with you on here. I'll take Buffalo. I mean, listen, everything you say is true. The Broncos are underrated. Bo Nix, I like Bo Nix, unlike a lot of people nationally. They're well coached, obviously. The Broncos are the better football team. This is only Josh Allen I feel like this is his year and he's got to find a way. But listen, the Broncos are home. They are the better team, top to bottom. But I'm just gonna go. I'm usually gonna lean towards the better quarterback if it's close.
Look, Bull, I mean, hey, you're a national guy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame you at all. It's like me. I've been hating on the Bears all year long. All they do is keep winning. So right. I don't blame you at all on that one.
All right, let's get to game number 2. That's the Saturday night game. The other number 1 seed off the bye is Seattle. They're at home. They're taking on the 49ers. The 49ers, obviously the biggest long shot this week. They're getting 7 points. Kittle gets hurt last week. They've had a million injuries this season, but Brock Purdy's healthy. Christian McCaffrey's healthy. Will it be enough for them at least to cover the spread, and can they win?
I'm going to take the points in this one, Bull. Give me San Fran. I don't know. I mean, I know they played late in the season, and Seattle, kind of rolled them a little bit, but it's playoff football, divisional matchup. These things are usually close. San Francisco defense stinks, but they figured out a way to win football games. And you got Christian McCaffrey and you got Kyle Shanahan. I love that matchup. And so I just think it's going to be a close football game. It's playoff football. Let's see if Sam Darnold can perform when the lights are on, right? And that's a tough place to play, Seattle. I played there. Yeah. They got great fans there. But 7 points is a lot in the playoffs. So I'm going to take the 7 in this one.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you got to take the 7. I don't really like picking who's going to win is really tough, only because like the Seahawks are clearly the better team. I don't think there's any doubt about it. They're at home, but I love Kyle Shanahan. I think he's as good as any coach in the league outside of maybe McVay and Reed and but I just don't trust Sam Darnold. I don't trust him, so I'll take the Niners with the points. I figure it'll end up a close game, so I'm with you there. All right, let's move to Sunday. The early game on Sundays at 3 p.m., the Texans and the Patriots. Patriots obviously been a big story all year, having this great season. A lot of people have criticized, said, well, they haven't played tough competition. I mean, you're 14-3, 15-3 with their playoff win. I don't know what else you can say. The Texans' offense, Brandon, was a disaster last week. C.J. Stroud played a terrible game, but made some plays at the end. The Steelers aren't very good, and the Texans' defense is very good. The up-to-the-minute spread on this game is Patriots by 3 at home. Who you got in this one?
I mean, C.J. Stroud, catch the snap.
Yeah.
If he can catch a snap, I mean, the defense just don't screw it up.
Yeah.
Don't turn the football over. Their defense is unbelievable from front to back. They got it all. I know I played in New England a lot. Foxborough is a tough place to play, right?
Yeah.
But this ain't Tom Brady.
Nope.
This ain't Bill Belichick. I get it. I love Vrabel, great coach. Drake May, I love him, great young quarterback. But I think this is a close football game that could go either way. And I'm gonna go with Houston. I think they're one of the hottest teams in the NFL. They're a confident bunch, and that defense is playing like they're playing like the Broncos 2015 defense when they won the Super Bowl. My 2000 Ravens defense that carried us to a Super Bowl. That's how the Texans defense is playing. So give me the 3 points. Give me the Houston Texans.
It's so funny. I thought earlier in the day, I'm like, no, Brandon's. I like the Texans, but there's no way Brandon picks the Texans, and he does. I pick them too.
Bull. Let me tell you, I am scarred from the Patriots. Just like They've cost me. You should introduce me as a 4-time Super Bowl champion if it wasn't for the Patriots, right? So they cost me a couple Super Bowls. So I hate the Patriots, but that was a long time ago. So I'm trying to be partial here. So I'm not picking the Patriots. I hate them, and I'm scarred because they've cost me a lot. But I do like the Texans regardless.
I just think it's going to be a low-scoring, grinded game, and I think the Texans win this game. Like, I could see it being 13-10, 17-13, right? I'll take the under in this game too. I'm not expecting a lot of points. I think both offenses could struggle, but I still think C.J. Stroud is a really good quarterback. I know he played poorly last week. I didn't think Drake May was actually that great last week either. So I think Stroud bounces back and they win. All right, final game.
No, you're spot on. I mean, he's not going to miss all those snaps. He's not going to turn the ball over the pocket. When you're getting sacked, just take the sack. Don't try to make a bad play worse and try to make something out of nothing. And so I think he learned his lesson. And you're right, Drake May didn't play great, but he made a couple throws down the stretch there that were unbelievable. So I'm with you. I think it's going to be a low-scoring, tight football game.
All right, now this might be the opposite. We had the early Sunday game is the low-scoring game. The last game of the weekend, this might be the highest-scoring game. You got the Rams and the Bears. The over-under on this one is 48.5, and it's the highest of the 4 games. The Rams are a 4-point road underdog. We know they won last week. You're not picking this game.
Yeah, but if I'm picking it, give me the Rams. I mean, I just, again, I'm a national guy, of course. Yeah. I mean, like most national people are going to pick against the Broncos. I'm going to pick against the Bears. Can they keep doing this?
Yeah.
Like, they've been dead. They're like, the Undertaker. They just keep rising from the ashes. And I just don't know if they can keep doing it. And I know the Rams, the last few weeks, they haven't looked great either, but I don't know, man. Just give me the Rams. I guess in this one, I'll take the Rams. And to your point, take the over too. What the heck?
Well, yeah, definitely take the over in that one. I expect, the Rams defense is solid, but the Bears defense, it's opportunistic. They get turnovers, but it's tough. And the Bears offense is just cooking right now. I love both coaches. Obviously, Sean McVay to me is the best coach in the NFL. I love Ben Johnson. He's done a tremendous job. I mean, every year the Bears get overrated in the beginning of the year, I feel like, and they always let you down. And this year was the opposite. They were underrated. They looked a little shaky early in the season. And we're not here to cause no trouble. I'm just here to do the Super Bowl shuffle. The Bears, B-E-A-R-S, pull the shocking upset of the Rams. Yes.
Oh, the 85 shuffle? What?
Did you watch that documentary, by the way?
I used to when I was in like 3rd or 4th grade playing basketball, and I had the headband like Jim McMahon wore with Roselle over it when I was playing basketball. So I respect that.
Did you see the documentary, by the way, about that?
No, I have not seen it.
So there's a documentary, I can't remember if it's Netflix or HBO. You got to check it out. It's only like 45 minutes about the Super Bowl shuffle. But the most amazing thing is they recorded that like in the middle of the season. So and then they were scheduled to record. So they recorded the audio version middle of the season. And then they were undefeated, obviously, in the regular season for a while. And then I think it was a Tuesday morning, they were supposed to record the video, which we all saw and became huge. The night before, they lost to the Dolphins. That was their only loss. And most of the players did not want to show up. They're like, we're going to look like idiots if we don't lose the Super Bowl. People are going to, but they did it, and the rest is history. Yeah, you know what? I picked against the Bears all year long, too. I love the Rams. I said for most of the year I thought the Rams would go to the Super Bowl. But there's something magical about this Bears team right now. Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams have a great connection. Caleb Williams, a lot of people were saying, he's a bust. He's been great the second half of this year. He's playing with a lot of confidence. He's got a ton of weapons on that offense. They got depth at wide receiver, depth at running back, depth at tight end. I think the Bears, pull a slight upset at home. I got this game like 38-35. I mean, something crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a nuts.
Bull, I got to tell you, that Super Bowl shuffle year, I mean, like when I was a kid, there was no internet or anything like that. That was the coolest thing ever. They were the coolest guys ever. And you're looking for the video, you're looking for the music. They were unbelievable. So that was awesome. I don't know. I mean, if they win this one, then maybe next week I'll start believing in Chicago. I don't know what it is. I just can't believe in Chicago. I got Sean McVay, Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams. Their tight end group is unbelievable. But they have to play up to that level. They haven't been doing that lately.
That's right.
And I think this week they'll play up to the talent that they have.
You're right. The Rams' talent at both teams loaded with talent. You mentioned all those guys. We didn't Blake, Kyren Williams, Blake Corum is not. Both these teams have good number 2 running backs. There is a whole lot of offensive talent. It's going to be a fun game. It's going to be a great week. I don't expect any blowouts. I think all the games are going to be close.
Yeah, and last week was unbelievable, except for that Monday night game, which was a good first half.
Yeah.
I mean, it was unbelievable football. I can't wait for this week. I'm with you, man. I think it's going to be another great weekend of NFL football. I am locked and loaded and can't wait for it, Bull.
All right, folks, this is it. We'll be back with you next week for the AFC and NFC championship game for what should have been 4-time Super Bowl champion Brandon Stokley. I'm Adam the Bull. Thanks to Tim and Alex for producing today. We'll talk to you next time on Bet Rivers Pro Football Weekly.
Thanks for watching Bet Rivers Pro Football Weekly on the Bet Rivers Network.